You're avoiding the hard conversation, postponing the difficult project, not taking the risk. Why? Because you might fail, you might get rejected, you might look foolish. Fear controls your decisions. Fear limits your life. Fear keeps you small. For years I lived this way, playing safe, avoiding confrontation, choosing comfort over growth. Then I discovered the most counterintuitive practice in samurai culture. Not meditation on peace, not visualization of success, but daily meditation on death. Every single morning, samurai warriors would spend time visualizing their own death in vivid detail. Not morbidly, not depressively, but strategically. They called it constant preparation for death, and the Hokage states clearly, when a samurai is constantly prepared for death, he has mastered the way of the samurai. I tested this practice for 40 days. Every morning, 10 minutes contemplating my mortality. The transformation wasn't gradual, it was radical. Fear evaporated, procrastination disappeared, every decision became crystal clear, and in the next 9 minutes, I am showing you the complete samurai death meditation system that eliminates fear by facing the ultimate fear daily, turning mortality awareness into the most powerful life optimization tool you'll ever use. Welcome to Japanese Secrets Season 2, where we go beyond foundations into advanced warrior systems. Before we begin, comment below which city you're watching from and what you think about this video. Now, before you think this is dark or morbid, understand that samurai developed this practice because death awareness creates life intensity that nothing else can match. The Hokage describes the philosophy. A samurai who is not prepared to die at any moment will inevitably die an unbecoming death. But a samurai who lives his life in constant preparation for death, how can he conduct himself in a despicable manner? This isn't about being suicidal, it's about being fully alive. When you truly accept that death is inevitable and could happen today, several things happen instantly. First, trivial concerns evaporate. The embarrassment you fear, meaningless if you're dead tomorrow. The rejection you're avoiding, who cares if life is finite? The comfort you're clinging to, worthless when time runs out. Second, real priorities emerge. If you had 6 months to live, would you spend it scrolling social media, arguing about politics? Staying in the wrong relationship? Death clarity reveals what actually matters. Third, action becomes immediate. You can't procrastinate when the clock is running out. Every samurai morning began with this awareness. Today might be the day I die, therefore today must count. The historical practice had specific components. First, physical visualization. The samurai would sit in Caesar position and mentally rehearse different ways he might die that day. Arrow in battle. Sword through the chest, fall from horse, illness suddenly, not imagining the pain, but seeing the moment clearly, accepting it completely. This wasn't torture, it was preparation. When you've mentally died 100 times, the fear of death loses power. Second, legacy reflection. What would people say about me if I died today? Would they respect how I lived, or would they see wasted potential? This question forced daily evaluation. Am I living worthy of a good death? The text states, to die having neglected one's personal grooming is to reveal a general sloppiness of habit, and to be despised and mocked by the enemy. How you approach death reveals how you approached life. Third, daily reset. Each morning's death meditation created psychological rebirth. Yesterday's failures? Irrelevant. You died. Today is new life. This is fresh start. No carrying baggage because you're starting from death, not from yesterday. Here's the modern adaptation I used for 40 days. Every morning, immediately after waking, I sit for 10 minutes with eyes closed. First 3 minutes, detailed death visualization. I imagine dying today, not in distant future. Today, maybe car accident during commute, maybe sudden health crisis, maybe random violence. I don't dwell on suffering. I focus on the fact of cessation. This life ends. Today could be that day. This practice is uncomfortable. Your mind resists. Good. That resistance is the fear you're training to overcome. Minutes for through 7. Legacy audit. If I died today, what would people say at my funeral? Would they describe someone who lived fully? Or someone who played it safe? Would they tell stories of my courage? Or am I comfort-seeking? This question is brutal. Most days, the honest answer is uncomfortable and not living worthy of a good death. That discomfort is the signal to change. Minutes 8 through 10. Today's intention. Given that I might die today, what must I do? Not what would be nice. What is essential? This question eliminates 99% of daily noise. Social media? Not essential. That difficult conversation I've been avoiding? Essential. That project I'm scared to start? Essential. Death deadline clarifies priorities instantly. Here's what 40 days created. I stopped fearing rejection completely. A business partnership I'd been wanting to propose but feared rejection? After death meditation, the fear was laughable. What's rejection compared to death? I proposed. They accepted. I had the conversation I'd been postponing for months. A relationship that was wrong but comfortable. After contemplating my mortality, staying for comfort felt like betraying my finite time. I ended it clear. I started the project that scared me, building a business I'd been preparing to start for 2 years. After death meditation, preparing felt like procrastination. I might die before I started immediately. My daily decisions accelerated. No more agonizing over small choices. Death perspective makes most decisions trivial. What does it matter if you're dead tomorrow? Decide and move. Most importantly, I started living with intensity. Every conversation felt more present, every experience more vivid, not because I'm morbid, but because I'm aware. This might be the last conversation. This might be the final sunset. That awareness creates presence nothing else can. The samurai didn't practice death meditation to be depressed. They practiced it to be free. Free from fear of embarrassment, free from fear of failure, free from fear of rejection. When you've accepted the ultimate outcome, intermediate outcomes lose their power over you. The Hokage states, I discovered that the way of the samurai is death. This sounds extreme until you understand it correctly. The way of the warrior isn't seeking death. It's accepting death so completely that you're free to live fully. Most people spend their lives running from mortality, avoiding reminders, distracting themselves. This creates background anxiety that infects every decision. But when you face death directly every morning, you rob it of power. You've already accepted it. Now you're free to live without that shadow controlling you. 10 minutes every morning. Visualize your death today. Audit your legacy. Set essential intention. That's the complete practice. Not complicated, but transformative. The samurai prepared for death daily not because they wanted to die, but because they refused to waste life. When you know you're dying, you start actually living. Comment below if you're starting the 40-day death meditation challenge tomorrow morning. And if you want more advanced samurai wisdom that goes beyond the basics into true warrior mastery, subscribe to Japanese Secrets Season 2. The ancient warriors understood that life begins when you stop avoiding death.